In this video, we wrap up our grades for the players drafted in the first round of the 2022 NFL Draft by taking a look back at picks 21 through 32. Who struck gold? Who took a gamble and lost? Stay tuned to find out. If you haven't seen the other videos in our NFL Draft Recap series, check them out at the link in the descriptions below. Otherwise, let's dive right in. Number 32, Lewis Cine, safety for the Vikings. The final pick of the first round, Lewis Cine, was picked by the Vikings to be the eventual replacement for All-Pro veteran Harrison Smith. The young safety out of Georgia certainly had the talent to begin filling those big shoes. He diagnoses plays quickly to determine whether it's a run or a pass and can cover the field side to side in a flash or come up in a run support. Unfortunately for Cine, though, he's still recovering from a freak injury suffered on a punt coverage play in Week 4 last season against the Saints. The injury, a compound fracture in his lower left leg, required 2 surgeries to fix. This effectively ended his season before he really got a chance to shine. But if he can recover fully, he'll definitely be able to give a boost to the Vikings secondary. Grade C+. Number 31, Daxton Hill, safety for the Bengals. With the 31st pick in last year's draft, the Bengals took safety Daxton Hill out of Michigan. The rookie saw limited action in 2022, racking up just 15 tackles in 11 games and 2 stats thanks to a loaded secondary featuring Jesse Bates and Mike Hilton. But even in limited action, Hill still made his mark and showed flashes of why he was Cincinnati's first-round pick in 2022. Daxton Hill can cover wideouts, rally to the football with incredible closing speed, and come up in run support. While we didn't get to see much of him last season, Hill certainly figures to have a prominent place in the Bengals secondary for the foreseeable future, especially if Bates or Hilton decide to leave Cincinnati in free agency to sign elsewhere. Grade B+. Number 30, George Karlaftis, defensive end for the Chiefs. Kansas City chose to beef up their defensive line and bolster their pass rush, drafting Greek-born George Karlaftis 30th overall out of Purdue. In his first season, the former Boilermaker didn't disappoint, as Karlaftis started every game in both the regular season and the playoffs for the Chiefs on their way to a Super Bowl championship. He racked up 33 total tackles, 6 sacks, had 7 pass breakups, and 2 fumble recoveries. Karlaftis has an explosive first step coming off the edge, and while he's big at 6'4" and weighing 263 pounds, he also has terrific closing speed for a defensive lineman. He was already solid in his rookie season, and he'll likely only get better, which is scary news for the rest of the league. Grade B+. Number 29, Cole Strange, offensive guard for the Patriots. Some might say that the New England Patriots were gambling by taking Cole Strange this high. Many scouts had him rated as a player who would have still been available in the 3rd or 4th round. But if Bill Belichick saw something in him, then who are we to argue? New England has big things planned for Strange, as the rookie guard started every game for the Patriots this season. Strange's biggest strength in his rookie season was his ability to diagnose plays correctly and make the correct blocking adjustments on the fly. This was true for both pass blocking and run blocking. Once Strange makes the correct blocking adjustments, he is an absolute load to block, since he stands 6'5" and weighs 305 pounds. Even if the Patriots dynasty is over, Cole Strange could be one of the first pieces of the puzzle for the next run of success for New England. He's an anchor on the offensive line. Grade B+. Number 28, Devonte Wyatt, defensive tackle for the Packers. Devonte Wyatt started 16 games for Green Bay in 2022. Racking up 15 total tackles, 1.5 sacks, and forcing a fumble. But while these numbers may not be that impressive, when you look at what Wyatt brings to the table for the Packers, by watching film, you'll see that it has the potential to be truly special. Wyatt had an explosive first step off the line, and many of the offensive linemen he faced seem to have trouble blocking, since he is 6'3" and weighs 304 pounds. Wyatt has a nose for the football and a relentless motor. Time will tell if he'll be able to keep his energy up at such a high level for the long run, but if he does, look out. Green Bay may have a monster on the defensive line. Grade B. Number 27, Devin Lloyd, linebacker for the Jaguars. Devin Lloyd was an absolute beast back in Utah. He won Pac-12 Defensive Player of the Year in his senior season and didn't miss a beat with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Lloyd was a ball hawk at linebacker in 2022, racking up 59 tackles and 3 interceptions. He often seemed to be in the right place at the right time and played well enough to earn a spot on the PFWA All-Rookie team. Jaguar fans have to be excited about the future of this defense, thanks in large part to what Lloyd was able to do last season. Lloyd is already a solid player, but if he's able to continue to play at this level when he's in his prime years, he may lead a scary Jaguars defense in the future. Keep your eyes on number 33. Grade A. Number 26, Jermaine Johnson, defensive end for the Jets. Jermaine Johnson can be called a work in progress after the 2022 season. In 14 games, he recorded 18 tackles and 2.5 sacks. He seemed very raw, but he does have some upside for 2023 if he can learn from last season and make the necessary adjustments. He's not a particularly fast defensive end and won't blow anyone away off the line or be in an opponent's backfield immediately. But the two things Johnson has going for him in the early stages of his career are his aggressiveness and his ability to take opposing offensive linemen where he wants to go. Johnson needs to refine his swim moves and rip moves in order to be a better pass rusher, but he still has the strength and brute force to control most offensive linemen. Pair that with his endurance to not give up until the play is finished, and the Jets may have something going for him. He's a work in progress, but he has the chance to be a solid one for the Jets in the coming years. Grade C. Number 25, Tyler Linderbaum, center for the Ravens. Tyler Linderbaum went off last year in his rookie season and anchored the Ravens' offensive line. At 6'2" and 305 pounds, Linderbaum is an imposing force to be reckoned with. He did it all last season for Baltimore. He was explosive and fast off the line, had fantastic footwork, and knew when to engage defensive linemen in run blocking, and when to drop back and pass back. He was solid in both areas of the game. His biggest strength was his ability to not only pick up the opposing pass rush, but to get into the second level and set up the blocks downfield for running backs or Lamar Jackson when needed. He plays violently and aggressively until the final whistle, doesn't play down to his competition, and doesn't take plays off. His hard work didn't go unnoticed, as he was named to the PFWA All-Rookie team. While there have been many solid offensive linemen taken in the first round in the 2022 draft, Linderbaum may very well be the most complete one. Coach John Harbaugh, as well as the rest of the Ravens, found an absolute gem here, and he shined in his rookie season. Grade A+. Number 24, Tyler Smith, offensive tackle for the Cowboys. Tyler Smith is an absolute mountain of a man, and he played like it last season. The 6'6", 332-pound tackle out of Tulsa isn't just big. He's also fast enough to seal off opposing defensive linemen and take them out of play while opening up massive holes for Ezekiel Elliott and others to run through. Smith's footwork was pretty solid, but he did struggle against some of the better defensive linemen in the league at times. This was especially true against Aaron Donald, who is considered to be one of the best pass rushers in the NFL. Smith gave up 2 sacks when he faced off against Donald as the Cowboys played the Rams. But it will be interesting to see how much better Smith gets in the coming years. If he can set up the edge effectively against the league's best pass rushers, he'll be a fixture in Jerry World for many years to come. Grade B-. Number 23, Kaiir Elam, cornerback for the Bills. The Bills drafted a solid cornerback in Kaiir Elam out of Florida. Kaiir's father, Ibram Elam, was a solid veteran cornerback in the NFL back when he played, and it looks like his son definitely has some of his talent. Kaiir's biggest strength thus far are his speed and his ability to play extremely tight coverage against receivers without getting called for pass interference. His awareness may still be a potential weakness though. He hasn't truly been tested in this area of his game yet, but if he knows where the ball is at all times and plays the football instead of just matching up against the opposing receiver, he could be a great corner for the Bills in the years to come. Once the speed of the NFL game slows down for Kaiir Elam, he could be dangerous. Grade B-. Number 22, Kawhi Walker, linebacker for the Packers. Kawhi Walker made his mark right away in the NFL last season. The rookie out of Georgia led Green Bay in tackles with 121 last season. Linebackers are the captain of the defensive unit. Their job is to diagnose plays either pre-snap or during the action and direct the defense accordingly. While he is only going into his second season in 2023, Walker has that skill in spades. Walker can also be an enforcer on the defense as well, as he laid down several impressive hard hits over the course of the 2022 season. Walker's biggest weakness is that he isn't a fast linebacker. This could cause problems defensively, especially when it comes to setting the edge and shutting down running plays in the future. But for now, Walker's motor, nose for the football, and drive to finish the play are enough of an upside that should cause Packer fans to be excited about his future with the team. Grade B. Number 21, Trent McDuffie, cornerback for the Chiefs. The final pick on this list is underrated but solid. Trent McDuffie was extremely impactful for Kansas City in 2022, despite missing several games due to being on injury reserve for a hamstring injury. In 11 regular season games, McDuffie had 44 tackles, a sack, 7 pass breakups, and 1 forced fumble. But where he shined the brightest was during the AFC Championship game when the Chiefs squared off against the Cincinnati Bengals. Perhaps the biggest reason the Chiefs won that game was due to solid coverage. McDuffie provided plenty of that, as he was very effective in his coverage of both Tyler Boyd and Ja'Marr Chase. He was able to jam them both at the line of scrimmage, slow them down in their routine running, and stay with them step for step when they tried to break open. If McDuffie was this solid during a partial season, imagine how good it will be for KC once he has a full healthy season under his belt. Grade B+. So tell us, which grades do you disagree with? Or who do you wish your team would have taken instead? Drop a comment below to let us know. Thanks for watching, and see you again in the next one.